All right, I've got that nicely bagged off, and I'm just going to leave this area right here. See, just from there to there. And see how I did the bottom? I just rolled it, and put a little piece of masking tape down there on top of the paper. And I had my pencil marks from where I put the plastic straight up above. And so I just did that strategically along there, see? How do you like that? Oh, I forgot to do that. I pulled this over, and so now I'll roll this a little bit and put a couple pieces of tape here and there on that to keep the dust from going through there. So this is what your barricade's going to look like here. And I've got all the cabinets protected. I've got the cabinets protected down there. I've got the floor protected. And when I'm in here, if I want, I've got a little bit of blue masking tape. If that pulls out, see, I could do that and take one little piece of tape and just go like that. Put one piece of tape, boom, like that, and just leave it like that. Or I could fold it up or do something, you know. Push it up underneath here, put one little piece of tape. But you know, you start taping this onto the other plastic, it's hard to, if you're thinking, I'll just pull that off later and then put it back on, pull it off, put it back on. It doesn't work that way. Eventually you just rip the plastic. Okay, that's why I would not put a whole thing there. Then I would have to go up, you know, underneath that all the time. As it is, I left it up that high, like that. See? And I'll tape that back when I start beating and stuff, because you know, the whole reason I'm doing this is to protect this area from the flying tile, from the flying concrete, from all the dust and all that kind of stuff. When I start going, if I'm in there for like 2 or 3 hours at a time, then I may want to fold that under and put a piece of tape down there at the bottom. And stuff like that, and then load up my my buckets, and then undo that, and then come out back and forth after that. But see, I've got the tape on this. I don't have it on the wall. I have this piece on this tape, not on the wall, not on the wall there. One little piece up there I've got on the wall, and I use the blue tape. Okay, think strategically when you do your project. Okay, so that does it for the plastic. I was able to not have to put that other piece. I would have had 8 or 9 more feet of blue tape up there, 8 or 9 more feet of plastic that's 9 feet long by 12 feet tall, and now I didn't have to waste that, right? And so I'm pretty much done with this plastic here. And I told you, see, I pulled out way too much, didn't I? Now I can just take that. I'm not gonna pull this open. I can kind of fold this on top of itself, leave the end, right? Kind of roll this up, and then I can just fit it down in there. See? And now I can store my plastic just like that. And next time I need it, I just pull it out, and zingo. I'm ready for some more. Okay? That's how you do that. All right. I think I'm ready. Now, I'm going to have to put my goggles on. I've got goggles on. I've got earplugs. Toilet paper for my earplugs, but you can use regular earplugs. And I've got to get my tools, my gloves, and more than likely, I'm going to have to find myself a dust mask, because hopefully you don't feel claustrophobic once you get in here. Once I get in here, I'm going to tape myself right in this area, and I'm going to have at it. And remember, before I told you, before I rip out this side here, I'm going to start over here, because if it takes me all day today to take this out, so be it. Then tomorrow, if we need to use the sink for anything, for whatever, well, I've still got the sink in use. We can go in and out right here if we need to for the next 2 or 3 days. Momi's like, well, what am I going to do without the sink? Well, hey, you know, do what you got to do. And so after I take this out, then I'll work on this, but I'll work strategically. because I've got to take this area out, I've got to take that area out, this area out. I can do all that with the sink still hooked up and all that. And then at the end, before I pull the actual plywood up, then I can take the sink out and then take up the plywood. But I can take this piece of plywood up, and depending where the joints are here, maybe this joint goes all the way across, who knows. Wherever the joints are, I can take some of that off. I can take the backsplash section off, okay? I can do all that kind of stuff before I actually take the sink out. You do it however you want. You can work strategically. If you know you're not going to use the sink, maybe you want to take the sink out first. Okay, shut the water off, disconnect the sink, disconnect the garbage disposal, do all that kind of stuff first if you want. I'm just happening to do it the very opposite of that. Now, if you really wanted to make this more airtight, you could put blue masking tape all the way along there, you know, and I may have to do that if that keeps wanting to fall out, because see, any little bit of air that you get in here, it's pushing the plastic out. So if that starts coming out, I may have to break down and put blue masking tape all the way down there. And then when I get in here, I'm going to have to enclose this a little bit better and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm almost ready to go with starting to take out the first tiles. Like I said, I haven't done this for years, and it's going to be quite the project, that's for sure. So yes, I've got a couple 5-gallon buckets here, my broom and stuff. I got a long crowbar here I might use later, and a flat bar. This one's nice and stiff. Here's like a roofing flat bar, and I may end up using this too on both ends. That's good. Here's another little broom. And I've got a stiff putty knife, and I use this for demo and stuff, and I can beat on that. I've got a screwdriver here that I beat on all the time, and I've got my nail puller here. Oh, where's that? And I may end up using that too, and my hammer and all that stuff. Gloves, your dust mask, eyewear. Okay, be set to go. I've got a knee brace on, I got my back support brace on, and I got my knee pad here. I don't suppose I'll need my knee pad in here. I've got my duct tape, my masking tape in here in case I need it to redo that over there and to do that. And once I get going, depending how dusty it gets, I may not be able to run the video camera in here a whole lot because I don't want to mess up my camera from getting too dusty. But at the first, hey, I'll set up over there and run it over this direction, I think, or maybe right in like here or something. We'll see. Well, I'll be able to show you some. You get the point, you know. Just take your time with it. And like I said, I've got a special way in my mind how I'm going to take this off. I'm not going to try to take the crowbar or anything and try to dig on that and then pry on it on the sheetrock. Because remember, you do that, you're going to start popping holes in the sheetrock. And you may think, oh, I'm just going to go where the studs are. Well, even that, you're going to depress it and stuff. I've got a different way to do this. I'm going to leave that on the wall until after I pull this off and after I get the concrete, after I pull the concrete off, before I pull the plywood off. Then I'm going to try something on there, and I might surprise myself, might surprise you too, on how to pull that off with minimal wall damage. We'll see. We'll see. You also notice that I've got tile around the edge band. I don't want to take a crowbar in here and start prying on that, because you could start marking up your cabinet, your drawers, and things of that nature. Don't even start that. The first thing you want to do is work on the top. Okay, I bagged myself in here and I thought, hey, I'll just roll this up, and because it extends that wall, I'll just put a piece of tape, you know, after the roll right there and right there. Then I can just pull just those two pieces up and go in and out of this. And if I wanted to, I could take this, put one piece of tape there, knowing that if I pull that tape off, chances are it's gonna peel the plastic. It's gonna pull the plastic up. It's hard to put masking tape on here somewhere and then pull it off without damaging the other plastic. But I have it pulled over far enough. I think that's gonna work just fine. Okay. All right, I'm just about ready. Can you believe it? Yeah, let me tell you, just for doing this, it is all in the prep. Even for getting ready to tear out countertops, okay? I got my floor covered, my cabinets with the craft paper. I got that other type of cardboard stuff paper down here. I've got plastic up over the upper cabinets. I'm rip-raring to go. All right. I think it's time to get busy.